Good morning and welcome you all to the CBSE online classes. And today we are going to discuss the last part of Chapter 1 Economics, Class 10 CBSE. In our last video, that is the previous video, the second part of our chapter, we discussed about the income indicators and non-income indicators, per capita income and the limitations of per capita income, non-income indicators. And in that part, the second part, we discuss World Bank has used per capita income as an indicator of economic development. According to World Bank, in 2006, World Bank has been publishing a report known as World Development Report. According to World Development Report 2006, they divided the countries based on per capita income into rich countries and less developed countries or low income countries. In 2004, rupees 4,53,000 per annum is considered as a criterion for classification of country. According to this, rupees 4,53,000 per annum and above, the countries those who are attaining this income and above will be coming under the category of rich countries, and rupees 37,000 per annum or less. The countries are attaining this level of income will be coming under the category of low income countries. Look at this example. Rupees 4,53,000 per annum and above will be considered as rich countries income, and rupees 37,000 per annum or less will be considered as low income countries. This is a classification of countries into rich country and low income countries. And according to this criteria, India is coming under the category of low income countries. Why? Because India's per capita income in 2004, it was only rupees 28,000. That's why India is coming under the category of low income countries. Look at this table. Here we are trying to compare two countries based on their per capita income, and this for identifying the limitation of per capita income as an indicator of economic development. Let's consider two countries, country X and country Y. And we have assumed that they have only 5 citizens each. Both the countries have identical average income. But country A has more equitable distribution of income because people in country X are neither very rich nor extremely poor. First person income is 8,500, second person 9,500, and third 8,800, and fourth person 9,000, and fifth person 9,200. Here, by totaling this and dividing the total income by number 5, we are getting the average income as 9,000, and this is a per capita income. Here this per capita income 9,000 can represent the income of all these 5 persons because all these persons are getting a decent level of income. So this is a good indicator of the income level of that country. But when we come to the country Y, most citizens in country Y are poor and one person is extremely rich. Look at the income level. First, second, third and fourth persons, all these persons income are 500. Only the fifth person's income is 43,000 and he is the rich person. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these 4 persons are poor persons. And by totaling the total income and dividing the income by number, again we are getting, here also we are getting average income as 9,000. Here also per capita income is 9,000. But this per capita income can't represent the income level of all persons in this country. Why? Because 4 persons income are very low and only one person's income is more than a minimum level. So that means here this average income level per capita income can't identify the development of all these persons. Hence, while average income is useful for comparison, It does not tell us how this income is distributed among people. It cannot be considered as a better indicator of economic development in these countries. We can come to a conclusion that money alone can't determine the development of a country. There are many other criteria for determining the development. For example, the security of life, peace, education, health, all other concepts are there for determining the development of a country, a person. That's why we need a better criteria or better index for development of a country or a person. That's why we have developed, the countries have developed a new concept of development indicator, that is HDI, Human Development Index. This Human Development Index is developed by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Since 1990, UNDP has been publishing a report yearly, and that is Human Development Report. Every year they are publishing a report, that is Human Development Report. In this Human Development Report, they clearly explain one development concept, development indicator, and that is HDI, Human Development Index. So Human Development Index is a composite index of development. Composite index means index of development, it includes more than two criteria. Here they are using three criteria of development: life expectancy, education, and per capita income. See, World Bank used only per capita income as an indicator of development. But money alone can determine, or money alone can't buy all the necessities of life. That's why HDI includes life expectancy and education for determining the development of a country. HDI can be calculated by using this formula. HDI is equal to 1 by 3 into life expectancy indicator plus gross enrollment ratio. From education, we are taking gross enrollment ratio plus per capita income indicator. So life expectancy indicator, we know the average number of years a person is expected to live. Gross enrollment ratio means the number of students enrolled in primary, secondary and higher education level. Total enrolled ratio, that is gross enrollment ratio. And per capita income, that is average income of a person. See, these three indicators we are taking for calculation of HDI. 1 by 3 into life expectancy index plus gross enrollment ratio plus per capita income. That is 1 into this means life expectancy index plus gross education ratio, enrollment ratio plus per capita income by 3. That means this HDI is an average of these three indicators. We are taking life expectancy from education, gross enrollment ratio, and income we are taking per capita income. So we are adding these three and dividing these three by 3. It is an average index. By calculating this average, we can measure the development of a country. This is one of the most important and adequate indicator of development. According to 2019 HDI report, the highest growth and highest development is for the country Norway. Rank 1 is for Norway, and the second rank is for Switzerland. India is coming in the category of low income and developed country, and that is the rank of India according to HDI 2019 report is 129. And the lowest is for Niger. That means this is the latest data regarding HDI, Human Development Index, and this data is used to measure the economic development of a country. This is a graphical representation of the comparison of India with its neighboring countries on the basis of HDI rank. HDI means Human Development Index. Out of 177 countries, by taking the indicators like per capita income, life expectancy at birth, literacy rate, and gross enrollment ratio, we are calculating HDI rank.
The first rank goes to Norway because all these indicators, per capita income, life expectancy, literacy rate, and gross enrollment ratio, are highly developed in Norway. And when we compare India with China, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, China's and Sri Lanka's HDI rank is more than India because indicators like per capita income, life expectancy, literacy rate, and gross enrollment ratio all are developed compared to India. The HDA rank of China is 81 and Sri Lanka is 93 and India is 126. Only Pakistan comes under India. HDA rank of Pakistan is 134.
The indicators like per capita income, HDI, PQLI, physical quality of life index, in all these indicators we are using to measure the economic development of a country. But the question almost all countries of the world are facing right now is that after attaining the economic development, whether they can maintain that economic development over a long period of time, they will reach at the position of an economic development. But the countries, developed countries of the world, are facing the question, facing the problem that they have to continue the development for a long period of time. This is a concept of sustainable development. How can we attain sustainable development? Actually, there is a quotation that the world we got, the world what we are using right now, this is not the world inherited from our forefathers. This we borrowed from our children. That means this is not our private property. This is not our ancestral property. This is for the future generation. We can't use the world and we can't exploit the world. We should give the world for the future generation. That is the concept of sustainable development. Sustainable development means the development that can sustain over a long period of time. We should continue the development for a long period of time. Actually, it is the development that can attain without compromising the needs of future generation. What we are using right now, what we are enjoying, the development, growth, and every aspects, what we are using, that should be for our children. That should be for our future generation. So we should use the resources in a judicious way. We should never exploit the resources. We should never exploit the world. We should attain the development that for the future generation. This is the concept of sustainable development.
In short, the word sustainable means something which is not short lived but can continue in future also. According to Robert Rapeto, sustainable development is a development strategy that manages all natural resources and human resources as well as financial and physical assets for increasing long term wealth and well being. This is the concept of sustainable development, the development that can sustain over a long period of time. There are some objectives or features of sustainable development. Look at these features. The first one, sustained rise in the real per capita income and quality of life. We should increase the per capita income and the standard of living of the people. Second one, reduction in pollution. The world should be pollution free world. Third one, rational use of natural resources. We should aim at the judicial use of resources. We should use the resources in a planned way. The last one, to fulfill the requirements of future generation. Our idea, economic planning, implementation should be for future generation. And almost all economists in the world and the rulers of the world should aim at these objectives or features of sustainable development.
That's all from the last and third part of chapter 1 economics of class 10 CBSE, and we will discuss the important questions, previous CBSE questions and everything in our next video. Thank you all.